What's poppin', everyone? Welcome to another episode of Remember When. My name is Jose, and with me today are my boys Amir and Johnny. Say what's up, guys.
Yo.
Yeah, it's yo. What's good?
How you guys doing? How's everything been?
I mean, I just have Shadow the Hedgehog on my mind.
Ooh.
My day just turned darker because of this, man.
Yikes. Well, that's unfortunate. But we about dive into the good stuff, all right?
The good.
Yes, sir. So for those of you listening... Well, I'm sorry. What, Amir?
I'm sorry, Amir. Did I offend you?
Yeah.
What? You just said that weird.
Sorry, Amir really gave me the ugliest face in America. That was hideous. That's right. I forgive you, bro. I forgive you.
I don't care.
I won't forgive you for that Shadow comment, though.
Bro, you gonna pick some trash when we go into talking.
When we hit there, oh, man, I'm gonna destroy you.
We'll see about that.
All right, so for those of you that are still listening, this is part 2 of the Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at the video games of the franchise from 1998 to 2009 is what we decided would be the cap for it. And our Sonic adventure starts in 1998.
You corny ass.
All right. Oh, listen. I don't need all this. 1998 was Sonic Adventure.
The debut of 3D Sonic.
Yeah.
But we didn't grow up with the Dreamcast version. It was until like 2003? Yeah, 2003
Yeah.
we hit up the GameCube version.
Yeah, that's when we got Sonic DX Director's Cut. And so it's the Sonic Adventure game. I don't really know what the additional content is. I know that visually it got refined and cleaned up a little bit more.
It got visually refined. They fixed some glitches. A lot of still prevalent. And I remember, it did add some modes. Like you could play some like Game Gear games, if I remember.
Yeah.
And like some other stuff. It just pretty much added like extra modes that you could like mess around with.
I know at one part of the game they actually did have a little billboard promoting Sonic X, the TV show.
You're not lying.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Sega. You did good.
Congratulations. But it's Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
Does it live up to its standards? Like, is it good?
You know, for me, I don't really think it's all that great. Just because personally, I can't tell you what was really spectacular about it. Because there was nothing that truly stood out that was really special in my opinion.
You see, for the time, especially going to like 3D, like every character's jump to 3D range from like good to bad, but
yeah,
at the time people loved Sonic Adventure. Like they loved like being able to play like 6 characters right up from the jump. It's like, oh shoot, look at this variety. That variety kind of goes up and down because I remember Sonic, everybody loved. Like his sections were great. Tails was like a race pretty much.
Yeah, it was alright.
Knuckles was a hide and go seek. Amy could live without, you're just being chased by a robot. Gamma, you're just shooting shit, which was kind of cool. And then, of course, the best, Big the Cat. You're fishing, of course, bro.
You know, he had like 4 levels in that game. He had 4 different stages.
Why?
4? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
4 completely different stages. You're fishing, bro.
Yeah.
For the frog.
Yeah.
Very riveting. Very.
It's like Bass Pro Shop sponsored those segments in the game. You know what was really bad about that game? Was the lip syncing. It was really bad. My man Sonic, he'll like move his mouth up and down and he'll say a whole paragraph. Like in that one movement. It's really impressive.
It's like a damn, like a 90s kung fu movie. It's like, oh yeah, this is happening.
I mean, was the game originally released on a different language?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like synced up with the Japanese like lip syncing.
Okay.
But when they try, usually what they do with like a dub is like, oh, sync up the the voice flaps with like the actual.
You said voice flaps.
Yo, flaps really is a weird word.
Skin flaps.
But anyway, yeah, so they would usually sync up the dialogue with like the lips with the dub. They were just lazy and just straight up didn't care.
Nah, they did a terrible job with that.
They just went whatever.
I mean, did the game bring in dough?
Yeah.
Did it bring in a lot of money? Oh, without a doubt.
course.
I mean, like Johnny said, being the big 3D premiere, the debut of Sonic, of course, everybody was said, okay, I need to buy it, especially for the Dreamcast back when it was still relevant. Yeah, it was a huge release for the Dreamcast because, it's their mascot in a debut game for the console, so I definitely imagine that it did bring in some good money. I mean, it did well enough to pull off a sequel.
Yeah, speaking of, hey, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, look at that segue, bro.
Oh no. And we start going downhill. But don't worry,
What do you mean?
there's a peak as we go along.
What do you
You'll
mean?
see.
This isn't downhill. This is a step in the right
So
direction.
you like that game?
Without doubt. Without doubt. I love that game.
The multiplayer or the story?
Ooh. Actually, so the story, that was bad. I mean, I feel like as a kid, it was a little bit more difficult to understand because there was a little bit more plot element, especially since it kind of fed off a little bit off of the first Sonic Adventure. But as an adult, I mean, the story is actually pretty solid. Like, in my opinion, it's not that bad. Multiplayer, so I enjoyed it at the time. I don't think it stands up to the test of time, though. It definitely is not it.
It definitely does not. That game, playing it now is almost impossible to me.
What did you all think about the finding the Chaos Emerald shards minute,
That shit was
multiplayer?
annoying,
That
dude.
was awful. I used to remember being over it and it'd blink, heavy, it turned red saying you're hot, you're on it. And I'd be like, I literally don't see this thing anywhere.
The game starts and you have to just jump in the right direction and just hope you're just going in there and
Yeah.
finding it first.
It's funny, too.
Because for some reason they had the climbing skills of an athlete.
Yeah, rock climbing god.
Like, the first game, from the Knuckles, like, finding emerald sections, if you hit an emerald, but there are two emeralds in, like, the faraway places, but your tracker would track both of them. The Adventure 2, though, it only track one at a time. So if you're, like, right next to one, the meter won't even register. So there are many times that you've probably finished a stage in, like, 2 minutes, but then Adventure 2 sends to, like, 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, no, I remember those stages being lengthy because sometimes it would take me a hot second before I could find them. And that's even using the hints that they gave you.
Those hints were trash.
The hints were abstract. It'd say the second boulder to the left, and meanwhile you're in a canyon.
Bro, deadass.
Doesn't make any sense.
The space level, they're all in reverse. But honest to God, I can't stand those controls,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Really?
just one tilt of Sonic, you're going 5 miles away, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even kidding. I don't. Every time I look up playthroughs, I'm like, how are you controlling this so well? It's like, I don't understand. It's like, am I just trash?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, then I'm trash. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's okay. We forgive you.
Thank you, Dad.
What about the Sonic racing stages?
That was
Did you guys like those?
I thought they were
Because who you were able to play as Sonic, Metal Sonic, Shadow, and who
Amy.
else?
You could play as Amy.
Was she really that fast?
Nope, but I mean, well, actually, yeah, she actually, because they actually had to like match speed, so you ain't going like up there. Meanwhile, Amy's like in the back. But what I loved about it was that you could like fuck with your opponent pretty much.
Yeah.
Like if you were like Amy, you could like freeze their screen for like 5 seconds or something.
Oh shoot. Okay. Hold on. Amy might be the move.
Or maybe every character could do that. I don't know. They had some special way of messing with each other.
Yeah.
Either way, if you pick Amy, you're just a dickhead because you're already peeking on the other side of the screen cheating.
You know what was a lame part of the game was the mech suits. That was garbage. That was,
It was
absolutely
like-
terrible.
Who hit the A button first? You win.
That was exactly how it was played. That was exactly how it went.
Spam it.
You just spam that shit. But
Hey.
yeah, multiplayer was fine. They could do whatever. Did you spend time in that Chao garden though?
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about that Chao Garden real quick. Well, let's talk about that Chao Garden, all right? First of all, I love that I could be feeding... First of all, I don't know why they eat actual animals. Like, you give them a gorilla, and then they turn into a gorilla. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was weird. Why are you looking at me like that?
Listen,
man?
just continue.
Okay. But yeah, nah, I messed with the Chao Garden. I put mine in the race. I didn't understand how the race worked, but, sometimes he did it, sometimes he didn't,
It was all random chance.
Yeah. Now, my favorite thing was throwing the Chao in the water, and that thing would struggle to swim until one day it would just learn how to swim. You know,
Right.
so
You know what?
you put hair on the
The
chest. You
first
put the
half
chows
of
on
that
the chest.
statement
You
sounded
had
like
to-
some sociopath level stuff.
Hold on.
I'll just toss that child in the river and like just watch,
I just watched it struggle.
Oh no!
just watch people drown, bro. Like it ain't that.
Yo, and listen, they got better because of it. They
Well,
did.
yeah, I think you could deadass kill Chao too.
Oh, well, mine didn't. My child decided to get stronger
I'm
and
glad
better.
they passed natural selection.
Well, that was our podcast.
How about you guys? Did y'all spend time in the Chao garden?
Heck no.
No?
No.
Heck no.
That was a waste of time.
I had better
You
stuff
didn't
to
bother.
That shit was boring.
What better stuff? What better stuff?
Well, I was on my Game Boy. Pokemon was the wave.
Hold up. So you just turn the game off and go to Pokemon?
Yes, that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, after you know
Yikes.
a story, that's it. I don't want to spend time.
I didn't spend that long on that game. Once it was beat, it was beat.
Dang, you didn't go back for anything? Multiplayer, time
It
trial,
wasn't
nothing.
worth going back.
It wasn't worth it.
The problem is like you could unlock Green Hill Zone, which is cool.
You see?
But the
Yeah.
problem is you got to get every single emblem.
Actually, that is pretty tough. That is a lot.
And what does that require? The Chao Garden.
You know, that's cool and all, but have you ever heard of a Sonic game where there is multiple endings, different pathways?
Shut the fuck up. We getting there. We'll get there eventually. But
Yeah,
first,
boy,
let's get
yeah.
through this. Dang, y'all ever play Sonic Advance on the Game Boy?
You know, so I remember playing them growing up, but I really don't remember any plot elements about it.
I know,
I
I
just
didn't
remember
play
it
that.
being a mobile Sonic game with, cleaner, well, arguably cleaner visuals.
Oh yeah, I'll agree. It looked pretty nice. I love the visuals of it. But other than that, it was pretty much like standard Sonic. You go beat up Eggman.
Yeah, you just go, you're fast, you beat them. Yeah, that was really it. There was nothing really special to it. They were good games, and that was about it. I just remember the bonus stages being a pain. They were absolutely awful.
All games back then, bonus stages. were
Yeah,
trash.
right.
Old Crash games, bonus stages, you forget it.
Oh,
Don't
no.
disrespect the Crash bonus stages.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm a grown man and I struggle.
You struggle on them. How? They were just pretty much tutorials for a new move. In fact, in Crash 3, they show you like, hey, yo, nigga, use the spin move.
No, we talking old Crash, bro.
If you're talking about first Crash, then even as an adult, I would say that game is a
Yeah.
struggle too.
Really?
That game is actually hard for no fucking reason.
Like just the bonus stages, or
if
The bonus stages were just stupid.
If you go through that game and don't die once, I will pay you. Like,
He's
how
not
much?
kidding.
I'll do 100.
Ooh,
And you
all
know
right.
what? Do all the bonus stages involving Cortex and Embryo.
Dang. All right. So the offer's on the table.
Yeah, the offer's on the table.
Hey, all right. Somebody make a smooth 100 off of Amir real quick. All right.
You better record this shit.
Yeah, stream that, clip it. Let's go, boys.
Watch this nigga die in like the first enemy.
Oh. I can just see it now.
Oh, how do I spin? Triangle. Oops. Oh, that's the end of the deal.
Oh no. Oh nah.
Yes, but
Well, there's your challenge. All right. Make yourself get better. Go play some Crash. All right. First of all, you gotta afford the game. I don't know how much it runs for nowadays.
niggas be spiking that price. I remember going to Video Nuts and they're like, "Hey, yo, $30, nigga." I'm like, "Huh?" Just for,
Are old Sonic games expensive?
not really. Adventure.
So does that mean they're trash? Because, a lot of gems back in the day, like
So-
getting a Pokemon Fire Red or like Leaf Green right now, that's guap.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of true, but at the same time, if a game really sold well, it's gonna be cheap.
Yeah. I mean,
Super
because you got
Mario 64, that game ain't trash. It's pretty cheap though.
yeah, you got to think because multiple copies, or like
It's all
were
about supply
sold.
and demand.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody
Basically,
demanded them, so that's why they're not high price.
So what y'all think about this? Sonic Heroes, this one.
No.
This one,
was the
I
one.
think this is the armpit of Sonic games.
We don't have to talk about certain
Oh, we will.
things.
We will.
We will, bro.
That's a repressed memory.
Why is it repressed?
It might say heroes, but I didn't feel like a hero doing that. I felt like I was playing something out of oatmeal, bro.
Out of oatmeal, huh?
Yeah, because bro, as a game, it just felt unfinished. It was just soggy, bro.
It's soggy.
If I had to describe that game, soggy
Soggy.
cereal.
Ew. Okay, actually, that is pretty nasty.
That's very nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the armpit of the game series. So.
Yeah, that is 100% correct. Yeah, no, that game was it had good intentions is what I think is what it was aiming for. You know, it had the right idea in mind of what it wanted to do, but it just did not execute it at all.
I love the concept. Like, I love, like, oh, be Sonic. Oh, switch to Knuckles, switch to Tails for, like, certain sections.
Yeah.
But with number one, those controls were even worse than Adventure.
They were terrible. They were terrible.
The amount of times I'm flying off the map I'm just trying to do a light speed dash. Meanwhile, I'm like doing a supersonic off the damn platform. Bro, and the biggest thing, you get to the beginning screen, it's like, hey, yo, 4 teams. Oh, look at that variety. There ain't much variety in that shit, bro.
Well, wasn't the one team just Big the Cat, Cream, and somebody else?
Team Rose, yeah, you got Amy, Big, and Cream the Rabbit. Bro.
If that isn't the most garbage team I've ever heard in my life, that's honestly trash right there.
Well, I don't know what's funny though. They probably have like the best, like in terms of gameplay, at least.
Really?
Because those
best dynamic or just story?
All around like oh no, the story shit.
There was a story?
Yeah, there was an entire story to this shit, bro. Like Sonic was just straight up go beat up Eggman. Shadow I think he just wanted to find his true self.
Hasn't he been doing that for like 5 games now?
Yeah, because at the end of Adventure 2, spoiler alert for a 15-year-old game, I think it's probably more than that. But yeah, Shadow just straight up dies in Adventure 2, presumably. But then he comes back in Heroes, and he's like, "Hey, yo, I'm an android, but I'm not really an android, but I am an android," and he's trying to figure that shit out. Team Rose, just trying to whatchamacallit, chase after Sonic, I think. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Team Chaotix with like Vector, Charmy, and Espio, they just needed money before they went out of business, so that's why they.
I'm not gonna lie, they were goons. They were goons.
I love the goats, bro. I love them.
They had the best team dynamic in my opinion.
Except Charmy. Charmy's annoying, but
Charmy is just not even relevant to the whole series ever. I don't even know why that's a character.
Vector though, that man can sing.
My man had the Beat headphones. He was styling.
He was fresh.
Yeah, he was A1.
But yeah, like all of them had like different. Didn't really have much in terms of different gameplay. Like their ultimate was kind of different.
Yeah.
Team Chaotix being broken because the more enemies, the more rings you get, so you could just straight up use your ultimate over and over again.
That's crazy.
But the first with Team Sonic, it's like normal length stages. Team Rose, it's like stages last like 3 minutes. With Team Sonic, a stage that lasts 3 minutes for Rose will last like 5 minutes for Sonic. Team Dark, however, that shit goes on for like 10 to 20 minutes. Those stages extend way too long.
Really?
But nothing is as bad as that Team Chaotix because it's a straight up manhunt for items. And they even say like, "Hey, you made it to the end of the stage. You didn't collect all the items though. Hey, go back. You better go
back there.
Get back there and go find that item." Meanwhile, it's like, I've been at this shit for like half an hour.
Who told you to pass go? Don't collect 200. Get back there.
But it's like that game had a good concept, but
yeah.
It looked nice though. I like the look, and some of the stages were fire. I love the casino level, if you remember that one.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, so the one thing that I do give every Sonic game credit for, every single one, in my opinion, maybe there might be a black sheep in the franchise, is that they always have fire music.
Yes.
Soundtracks with Sonic games, it's just not debatable. They literally had the best soundtracks. They did.
Dead ass, bro.
The music, the intros. No matter how bad the game might actually be, the intro made you think the game was actually going to have something decent because the theme or like the soundtrack, it was fire. But then you play the game and
it's like,
the soundtrack only carries so much.
Yeah, right.
It really does.
Yeah, Sonic has always had some amazing music, especially with the stages at least. Because like the main themes, especially in like the mid 2000s games, are like they're kind of corny. Sonic Hero.
Oh, okay, hold on. That one was kind of. I mean, we already said it. It's the pits, bro. Mm-hmm. It really is.
But hey, I will always jam out to Live and Learn. I don't know.
But you always jam out to it.
Yeah, because it sounds nice.
Fraud.
Fuck you. Name a good Sonic song.
I can't, because the games ain't that fire, except one.
I was about to say, hold on, what about the intro in Sonic Adventure Battle 2 when they're going down the highway?
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one when he was like snowboarding down the streets. First of all, how did that work? My man was snowboarding down the streets.
Right. So I mean, you cannot start bringing in logic to that.
Yeah,
show.
right.
The moment we start bringing in logic, all right, then how did Shadow survive his fall to Earth when that man was above the atmosphere?
Right. All right. Well, now we have to get to it.
Yes, we do.
But before we do, how's about the Sonic Mega Collection?
Yes, the Mega Collection.
The Mega Collection.
A compilation of all the Genesis games, bro.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, amazing.
I'm tired of this.
Okay, Amir, go
Stop
ahead.
dancing around the gem.
Thirsty ass.
The ultimate game.
Wants that Shadow dick, bro.
The one that made the series good. Mind you, hold up. Shadow the Hedgehog, the game.
Yikes.
You better
Is
watch
like-
what you say.
Okay, so you gonna have to stop looking at me like that. Second
We're
off,
all eager.
listen, it's a family-friendly thing, right? Up till this point. Right? And then they pull a Deadpool, and they got my man Shadow saying, damn. And he has AR-15s, he's blasting aliens and humans in the buttholes, and he's trying to find his true self. And there's androids of him.
Yeah, the game's trash.
What the hell was that description?
Right.
We got androids.
Alright, so just...
guns.
I'm sorry, do we have to
He
go
says,
over
"Damn."
every other game? Sonic beats Eggman.
And
Now, name any differences.
Okay,
past
hold
this
on.
point.
Let me summarize the plot of Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow is confused. All right, there you go. That's the whole plot. That's the whole plot.
he's very confused. He wants to find his true self, but depending on the ending, which doesn't matter.
How many endings are there?
11.
Oh, how much replayability is that?
And 10 of them don't even matter.
Why?
Wow.
All right, let me go into the whole description. Okay, we're talking about Shadow the Hedgehog, by the way. So, in Shadow the Hedgehog, you play a shadow. This black creature, which and I'll tell you, the entire game, the entire game, they say, destroy those black creatures, destroy those aliens, destroy those disgusting black things. And bro, I remember there was even an article that said, like, is Shadow the Hedgehog racist? They say a lot of black things, like, destroy black creatures? What's going on here?
Probably because the aliens were black.
Yeah, they were black.
Pitch black, not the color black. Pitch black.
But anyway, so Black Doom, that's his name, right? Black Doom.
Yeah.
Black Doom pulls up on Shadow. He's like, yo, I could help you. And Shadow's like, hey, all right, help me. This nigga disappears, and then he's like, oh, guess I'm gonna have to find out. Dun, 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 dun. And you could go through a bunch of paths, pretty much ranging from, do you want to be bad? Do you want to go your own way? Or do you want to be good? You're doing bad stuff pretty much entails kill the enemies, kill the soldier dudes, or destroy the president's helicarrier.
Killing humans. What? Repeat that again? What do you do with the president?
You destroy his helicarrier.
What
There's a
other
mission
Sonic game were you packing heat for the prez?
See,
The more you say, the more I'm intrigued.
see, I see what you mean. It's all intriguing, but at the end, when you hit your ending, first off, that ending is shit because it just ranges from Shadow getting all the Chaos Emeralds, and then one little difference. Either Sonic will be on the ground being like, why? Because I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm going to destroy this damn world. Or,
Now, not to interrupt you, but did you know all this when it came out? No. You only know all this because you looked it up after the fact. When that game officially came out, you didn't know how many endings there were. You didn't know anything about the game.
Of course, I don't think
you probably
anybody
just
knew.
played it once and you're like, wow, I really played a hedgehog with an AR-15 busting kneecaps.
okay, and that was dope. But then the more you look into a game, the worse it gets because, think about it. I played through 10 different endings. It's like, all right, I guess these are all different endings. These are all different stories. But you assume, all right, I'm going to say this ending is my canonical ending. That's usually what games with multiple endings do if they don't got sequels. But Shadow says, all right, you got all 10 endings. Now there's a last story. And it's like, last story? The fuck is this? In the end, you want Shadow to be bad? Nope. You want him to be neutral? Nope. And nope, he's a good guy. He goes to beat up Black Doom. So all those 10 endings, they didn't matter.
Well, of course, the canon one's going to be good.
Then what's the point of the 10 different endings?
Johnny, what's the point of Shadow the Hedgehog in general?
Why are we talking about Shadow the Hedgehog? Why are you saying it's a good game?
The point of his character is to bring edginess to the whole series.
Bring edginess was
because
good?
Everyone is softy soft, marshmallow soft.
Because Sonic is a kid
This
shit.
is the Deadpool of the series, the one that broke the mold.
It didn't need it. It did not need it.
You know what? I don't
Sonic is a
need
kid
your
game.
negativity towards this video game
Negativity.
right now.
All right, hold on. So, obviously, the story has some problems.
Some.
All right. Anyways, how about the multiplayer? If you even want to call it that.
Okay, as much as I want to defend this game, the multiplayer is not good. Don't play the multiplayer.
I highly recommend you stay away from that multiplayer. Stay away from the game in general, but don't play the multiplayer.
The
You
multiplayer.
went ham about Heroes, and you gonna recommend Shadow?
Recommend Shadow.
Bro, you won't recommend.
Yeah, I won't recommend Shadow.
But you
Don't-
recommend Heroes.
I didn't recommend Heroes. I didn't say that.
Bro, you talked for like 13 minutes about Heroes.
I said there were cool elements,
In 13 minutes?
but I didn't say a recommendation. You know what? Here.
Your
Adventure-
flavors are trash. Burger King and Sonic Heroes.
First off, I did not recommend. I don't even think we even gave a rating for like each of them.
We shouldn't.
You know what? Maybe in the future we'll give official reviews. I guess after we're done taking a look at a few more, we'll like kind of
Go down the
rank.
list.
Yeah, rank. Either yay or nay. We'll give them. We'll give them
we
a thumbs
already
up
know
or
what the
not.
You
yay-
already know
sorry.
what his Shadow is already.
Yeah.
Nay, nigga.
I don't think you should have an opinion
I don't
at this
think
point.
you should have an opinion.
All right, so that way we're not talking about Shadow forever, okay? Shadow the Hedgehog multiplayer, it had 6 different options, 4 of them being the same exact thing, all right? And 2 of them being the same exact thing. You could play as Shadow, you could play as Shadow reskinned, or you could play
Shadow.
Android Shadow, or Android Shadow, or Android Shadow, or Android Shadow.
But wait, there's variety.
Ooh, there's more.
One of them has a grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher.
And the other has a minigun.
Minigun.
Oh shit, and the other one, he's got an assault rifle.
Just so you know,
assault
that
rifle.
multiplayer is broken because if you pick any of the OG characters, they have no weapons.
Yes.
If you pick any of the other characters, they have machine guns off rip. So, I mean, RIP if you don't hit that A button fast enough to jump out of the bullet range because that thing's going to snipe you.
I mean, well, first off, good luck if you can even find each other.
Yeah.
Last time we played, we were zooming across the map like, where are you?
Oh, that's another thing about this game. So I'm not gonna lie. If both of you are moving at the same exact time, you're never gonna catch each other. It's just never gonna happen. You're going Mach 5 in this whole game.
Good
You're
luck
just-
screen peeping. You
Yeah.
can't screen peep in that game, too. You're going to get whiplash.
At the time, people be sliding into walls like, what am I looking at?
Oh, the greatest thing about multiplayer is that there are these mech suits that Shadow can hop in. They move like, I don't know, 1 mile per hour, and they're just absolute garbage. I love them.
Bro, I forgot the game even had vehicles. Like, you could dead ass jump in like a car. Like, but why would you want to jump in a car when I can move like 50 miles
Yeah, this
per
is
hour?
a Sonic game where you're riding a different, a vehicle when you can move at the speed of light. So I don't really understand that, but I mean, them, they can do them.
Yeah, bro, and them stages would last like forever, bro. Amir, I challenge you. I will pay you $100 if you play the entirety, get all 10 endings of Shadow the Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. Get all 10 of them and prove to me that
Right,
it's
so
your favorite game.
here's the thing about that. I will play that game back, but getting all 10, you crazy, because that's
I'm
way
crazy,
too much
but
of my
that's
time.
how you 100% the game.
I
That's how
got
you-
better stuff to do.
Got better stuff. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, no, like playing Sonic Riders, am I right?
Listen,
Oh,
don't
Sonic
get it twisted.
Riders.
Sonic Riders is still butt.
What? How?
I mean, I'll retract that. The first game was good. I like the first game.
You know what's crazy, audience, is that Amir was very passionate about Sonic Rivals growing up. He had everything unlocked. He loved it. He thought the boards were cool. My man, he was living. He loved it. He loved hitting that turbulence. I'll tell you that
You're
much.
only bringing this up because I gave sauce to both of you.
Funny thing is, that game is, I swear to God, it's complex and I just don't understand it because it's got fans.
It really isn't complex. It's more like you gotta play it and then deal with the PS2 controls after playing
It's
some
not
recent
even
games.
just the PS2 controls. Some of the mechanics, I'm like, I'm riding turbulence. Am I gaining speed? Like, how do I gain speed?
Yeah, it's literally NASCAR meets SSX tricky. It's pretty crazy.
It's like I'm doing tricks. It's like, oh, how do I get triple X? Like,
Triple X, huh? Whoa.
Sonic Riders 2 was really good.
oh,
Yeah.
Zero gravity.
You know, I didn't play anything other than the first Sonic Riders,
I played
but
the first one.
I really enjoyed the first one, especially so they had more than just Sonic characters, and if you remember, they had the Super Monkey Ball guy. I don't know what his name was.
I forget the name. Super Monkey Ball.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. Was that like Pirate?
No, I actually think that's his name.
Is that like the default name for a game?
Yeah. There you go.
Crash Bandicoot's masks were named.
No, that actually Crash's mask was ugly. What's his name? Aku Aku?
Yeah, Aku.
And then what was the anti-version of him? Uka Uka?
Uka Uka.
They got real creative. They said, what does a caveman sound like? Oh, that's a good name.
No,
that's a good name.
They just watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like,
And then the true mask comes out, the third mask. Eustace's mask. Return to Slab.
Alright, so
Well, the only thing we returned is back to Sonic, alright? How cheesy was that transition?
It was.
It was aight.
I'll deduct two. I'll give you a yellow flag.
A yellow flag? Hold on, if you gotta give me a Sonic Riders ranking, what would it be?
I give that. I'll be generous. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
I'll give you an orange flag, bro.
You're disgusting, no. Okay, anyways. So, after that, Sonic Riders, you have the infamous Sonic 06. Now, we're not going to do a whole thing about that because if you want to know about Sonic 06, there's a million YouTube videos trashing it, so we don't need to do all that. I mean, we can if you really want us to. If you want that to be a future episode, let us know. We'll come and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, some of those videos range from like 50 minutes long to 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Shitting on that entire game.
Or we just not cover it and keep going.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what we doing.
Yeah, that's cool with me. But yeah, there was also, in between that, there was Sonic Rush, which was a pretty good DS game, actually. It was very well done. It featured Blaze the Cat, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that was her first appearance when it comes to the video games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, honest to God, like, I'll just tell y'all a quick story. Originally, I wanted Sonic Rush Adventure, but then my mama got me Sonic Rush, and what I didn't know is that I got the better of the two, because apparently Rush Adventure was doo-doo, but original Sonic Rush, I thought it was awesome. It felt like a Sonic game. You're just zooming through past enemies, and it's just all around fun, bro.
Did you ever play Sonic and the Secret Rings on the Wii?
I forgot that was the game that existed.
Alright, well, strap in. We're going in.
Uh-oh.
Sonic and the Secret Rings. You know what? We're gonna pair Sonic and the Black Knight too, because
yeah, why not?
They're both part of the same like template. They're the storybook games.
Sorry, may I interject? Amir just whispered to me that he loves Sonic the Black Knight.
Sonic the Black Knight go hard, bro. Yeah, you know what? I'm tired of both of y'all. I like things that break the mold, because I'm tired of the old, same old games. That's like if I keep playing the first Mario game over and over. You best give me them new power-ups, boy.
This man will gladly suffer through torture and be like, yo, that man got a gun. Hey, that's cool.
Hey, listen. It's better than me bopping bulls on the head with my butt cheeks as a hedgehog.
Well, what?
What?
That's what he does. He jumps up in the air, rolls into a ball, and then he just drags himself along people. Sonic X, first episode, did he not drag himself through 2 robots?
So you saying Sonic X TV show started with Sonic's butts, or his butt cheeks, bro, like across Robodome?
Well, Tails popped in with for some reason, World War II plane and got shot down. I kid you not, this is what we dealing with. Fires a rocket that has a coin for some reason. It falls faster than Sonic. Sonic grabs it and proceeds to rub himself against every single mech.
But Sonic and the Secret Rings, so those games pretty much round themselves. Secret Rings rounded itself around Arabian Nights. Meanwhile, Black Knight was around King Arthur. But and in concept, that sounds kind of cool if it were a different game. But I mean, let's see what we could do with Sonic. Pretty much it's just Sonic saying, "Hey, I'll go beat up your bad guy." The end. But the actual gameplay, Black Knight, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Black Knight wasn't that bad. I remember playing that growing up, and with the Wii motion control, it actually kind of worked. It did.
Bro, I was going ape shit with that controller.
you were Millie rocking with the Wii remote?
I'm like,
yeah. Oh no.
But Secret Rings, however, That game, literally broken. I cannot control Sonic in that game. Because you think, Sonic, in both those games, Sonic is constantly moving. You can't control how fast he's going, or how, like, if you want him to go backwards. Well, you could go backwards, but it's only like 2 feet. With Secret Rings, though, it didn't matter if you had the perfect motion sensor set up. Because sometimes, depending on how it is, it can mess up, like on any Wii game. But with Secret Rings, it didn't matter what you did. I'll tilt left, this man just stays straight in the middle and dies. Runs right into a spike wall. That game was literally broken, and every single goddamn level would start off with that same song. Rings are back to born! Dun, 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 dun. Imagine repeating that every single start of the level.
Yeah, no, that's... I don't know, but hey, good soundtrack, right?
That song is cool, I ain't gonna lie, but after hearing it 50 times...
Right. Yeah, that might be a problem.
It kind of muddled my opinion. And Black Knight, I thought it was cooler, at least, because you got the sword, you're swinging around. But it was kind of... almost over the same thing as Secret Rings, where sometimes the controls did not want to respond. That was pretty much almost every single Wii game.
Probably because he was milli rocking too hard and the sensor wasn't picking up your hands.
It's just a single slash, and it never picks that up.
See, everyone is always like, oh yeah, I swear I'm going with the sensor. You play Wii Sports, people out here whacking that tennis thing too hard so me get stuck because it can't register you fast enough. That's probably what happened.
But Wii Sports didn't even require that much. You could just do like a little flick and
Neither
then boom.
does Sonic, bro. You just need a flick.
With Sonic, you needed work.
Yeah, with Sonic, you needed to sweat. I'm not gonna lie, for the Wii stuff, you had to be moving at the speed of sound.
Y'all got broken wrists. That's all.
What you mean? I don't think so.
Foul.
You know, some other Sonic games that came out around time, we're not really going to touch base on, too much, is like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Those were some pretty fun games,
Yeah,
actually. They weren't that bad. I mean, it's to the point where now they're doing ones for Tokyo for the new Olympic Games,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Tokyo 2020.
It's not fair though, because
Yeah.
I feel like every time they have like crossovers with like the big boys and all that, it's always good. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Olympic Games are just a collection of mini games, so
Yeah.
it's very hard to mess that up.
Yeah, if you're looking for a fun party game, on the Wii, that's definitely one of them, in my opinion. Of course, another Sonic Riders came in the mix later on. This game, did you guys ever play Superstars Tennis, Sega Superstar Tennis?
I wasn't.
I played it
interested
a
in
couple
tennis.
times.
So, I mean, not that it's really important to the Sonic franchise, but I have the game for the PS2, all right, and I remember playing it. I pressed the X button, and my character didn't swing for another 5 seconds. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just my remote. And I switched the remotes, and my player didn't swing for another 5 seconds after I pressed the X button. So it came to the conclusion where if I saw the ball on the other side of the court, I had to press X at that very moment in order to hit the ball by the time it came to my side. That game is absolute garbage.
It's just prepping you for current day lag. That's all.
I guess so. So that game, if you want a frustrating experience, give it a try.
How about Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood?
So I remember hearing that.
Why does that sound like a Batman movie? What the heck?
Yeah, it's Sonic actually in Batman Beyond.
So
The Dark Brotherhood.
the funny thing is, y'all know Mass Effect, right? Y'all know BioWare?
Yeah,
It was made by them.
was it actually?
Yes.
Did that game actually get good reviews?
No.
Oh, cool. All right, my bad. R.I.P.
It was pretty much baby's first RPG.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, it could go right next to Mass Effect and Andromeda, so...
Damn, that game wasn't that bad.
Bro, come on now. You really like them facial animations?
Fuck the facial animations. I like the
They look
gameplay.
like TFT skits.
Bro.
They look like TFT skits.
You mean TF2?
Oh yeah, TF2, my bad.
TFT? What the fuck? TNT? But the gameplay was fire. You can't deny that.
I don't remember that game, so I mean...
Do you remember Sonic Unleashed?
Of course I do.
Of course, yes.
All right. So
Because again, another mold breaker. But I don't really like this one. I'm gonna be honest.
I like it, but I like half of it.
the actual Sonic part, right?
The actual Sonic parts of it were fire.
Yeah.
I remember having the game on the PS2. That I was surprised it even got on the PS2.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising.
And the Wii too, because actually the Wii and like the 360 PS3 versions, they're completely different. Mm-hmm. Like there's no open world in the Wii version and stuff like that. But in the PS2, that game would have lagged to hell. But I remember the daylight stages were fun. Because you're just running around doing drifts and shit. It was dope. And then you go to the Werehog and it's bootleg God of War.
That's just disgusting. A werehog, bro. That sounds scary. That's foul. I don't know what made them want to do that. A werehog. How do you go from saving the animals to turn into a werewolf, bro?
Well, listen, it was that weird time where like there were so many systems out and like they were trying to get rid of the older systems.
Yeah.
That was like the last moments where like reverse capability was like around, because that was when like people were just getting on. Like everyone had the Xboxes before, not everyone had the PS2s. Like, so if you played on the Xbox, the game was way smoother.
It still lagged, but it was still smooth. It was like way smoother than like PS3 or the Wii version. Oh, not PS3, PS2 version. But I'll tell you though, the music is amazing.
Yeah, again, that's one thing I give Sonic games credit for is the soundtrack.
Honestly, Unleashed probably has like my favorite music because it's all orchestral, and it also has like its chill soundtracks. Honest to God, look up the Sonic Unleashed soundtrack if you ever get the chance. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, that was an alright game. Like you said, it was at least half of it was playable, and then you get to the, I don't know, whatever the hell he was, werehog.
Man, got extendo arms.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the creators just were on a kick of Universal monster movies, and then they were just like, you know what, we could do this with Sonic. We can do this.
See, it came out at a time where it was like right after 06, and 06 was just bombed.
Yeah, at that point in time, they literally had nothing to lose. They were like, we already hit rock bottom. Let's just build up.
So I think what they made the Werehog just so that they could like establish like some hype. Because I still remember the original trailer where it had Sonic flicking a ring in the air. All of a sudden, a big hand comes in and smacks that ring down. They're like, oh shit, what is that? And it kind of worked because Unleashed was a success.
Yeah.
And thanks to Unleashed, Sonic lived to the current gen.
Yeah, and Sonic still thrives. I guess if you want to use that word, I don't know if it's thriving, but it's still going till today. Yeah, it's still here. It's still relevant.
It's struggling.
It's passing by. It's passing by.
It's got its hits like Sonic Mania. I really want to play that.
Yeah.
But then you get Sonic Forces. Then it's like
Yeah. So, overall, these games, Sonic, it had its high points and it had its low points. Low points being like Shadow the Hedgehog,
really low points.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny how like he's survived throughout the entire through the years, because there are many times where I'm like, how did this dude not die throughout like the mid 2000s, especially because you had people loved Heroes. Shadow came down and everybody shat on it. And then 06 comes at shut up, Amir. And then 06 comes around. And then it just destroys his legacy.
Yeah.
But then he came back with Unleashed. I was like, oh, people still like him?
Apparently so. I mean, honestly, the reason why, Sonic will always be everlasting is because of the original games, obviously. If as long as those are still around, he'll still be a household name and be remembered for the rest of eternity as one of the.
I don't know about eternity.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You're not gonna remember
It's
him?
not gonna last as long as Mario and all them.
You think so?
Heck no, it's not gonna last that long.
I disagree, bro, because I think Sonic is way too profitable.
Maybe with the movie coming out, now that it's kind of like revitalizing itself, but because we grew up on it, I think it's easier to say it'll be around for so long. But like in reality, if we ask our younger siblings, like, oh, who's Sonic? Have they played a Sonic game? Probably not either. They probably might have heard of it because of the movie, but previous to that,
But my man's still thriving in Smash Bros, right? Yeah.
I mean, yes, as long as Smash Bros.
As long as Smash Bros
is he
around.
top tier?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
that fast.
Yeah.
He moves fast, but he doesn't do that much deeps.
I don't know about that. I don't pay attention to competitive Smash, so I wouldn't know.
Shout out Straw Hat again.
Yeah, go Straw Hat.
Yeah, Straw Hat.
Yeah, number one jersey.
Hit up Straw Hat. I'm pretty sure he's actually doing lessons now. He'll coach. So
yeah, look him up. He's I think probably the number one Young Link player in New Jersey right now.
I believe so.
Yeah.
If not, he's up there.
Yeah, he's a superstar. Show our boy some love. Hit up Straw Hat. Good guy. Better. Amazing Smash player.
He beat our ass, bro.
Did you guys actually play him?
No,
I've seen footage, but I know he would.
Yeah, no, I've seen footage and I'm just too scared of it.
Hey, yo, comment if you trying to see a Smash tournament going on.
Oh yikes. Oh,
no.
yikes.
We're gonna get roasted, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nah, I'm playing. I don't want to get the pieced by a straw hat like that.
Yeah, nah. But all right, so some closing thoughts, all right? So
Are we ranking?
You know what? I would love to, but
Let's
I'm
pick
not.
how about a favorite?
Yeah, I was gonna say is that
Your pocket pick. If
yeah.
I was gonna lock each of you in a room for a day with nothing but a Sonic game,
All right, that's perfect. That's
All right,
perfect.
Do I have to pick the ones that we just discussed? Can it be like a newer game?
No, it has to be one of the ones that we
just
discussed.
Oh damn it!
No cheating.
All the trash games.
You have to beat it. You can't leave the room till you beat it.
All right then. Well, then I'll pick a shorter game. All right, fuck it, Sonic Rush.
Oh, easy for me. Sonic Mega Collection, bro. That's where the good games are.
Yeah, okay, if we cheating like that, because that's like
Okay,
that's like
hold on.
50
Fine
games.
then. Fine then. I'm gonna pick probably Sonic Riders.
Really?
I want to play as my boy Ai.
I was gonna say Sonic Riders. I don't
Yeah.
mind playing that game again. It wasn't bad, and
Yeah.
there's multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard the multiplayer wasn't crazy, but it wasn't.
I mean, it was just standard
alright.
race.
It wasn't Shadow the
Yeah.
Hedgehog trash. So
Yeah, I'll just hit Sonic Rush because out of all these games on this list, that one's the most tolerable.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That's our look on the Sonic games from the early 2000s. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, tune in next time for our review of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So if you're curious how that movie turned out, you don't know if you really want to check it out just yet, tune in that episode and we'll give you our review and our feedback of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Thank you all for listening today. Thank you, Amir. Thank you, John, for being on today's episode.
no problem.
Yo, I love it, man.
Hey, appreciate that, guys. All right. Follow us on Instagram at Remember When Podcast. Give us a like on our Facebook page, and we hope to see you all next time on Remember When.